Hey, I'm Erika. If you don't know, I'm a home organizer. I had someone reach out to me recently who has now become a client, and we were doing a walkthrough of their home. I was kind of getting the background, a little bit of the history, what has led to kind of this unorganized home, unorganized life, what got us to this position, right? What was some of the chaos? And there was plenty of chaos that has led to this. So often it's not just we wake up one day and we're not organized, right? Things have gotten us to this point. Whether it's a move, it's a divorce, it's a change of job, it's a lot of things, right? It's a death in the family. So we're walking through his home and he's telling me a little bit about himself. And within doing this and having this conversation, I can hear him start to kind of beat himself up and get frustrated. He sees how he's living right now and then sees what he should be doing, but is having a hard time kind of merging those, remedying this situation. So here's what we should be doing. Here's what we're doing. We all have a hard time with that. And I had to remind him that so often our human nature is not to lean into things that are uncomfortable to us, right? We want to stay in our comfort zones. We don't want to do the things that are difficult. It just goes against our innate nature. It just goes against that. So what do we do when we want to change our habits, right? Go from an unhealthy habit to a healthy habit, maybe embark on a new habit, any of these things. So when you're trying to change some of your habits or build new habits, here are a few pieces of advice. This can go for organizing, for working out, for life, really for anything, okay? It's not just only specific for organizing. So number one is just understanding that everything is hard. And I don't want, when I say that, it kind of sounds discouraging, right? Everything I'm doing is hard. But I guess what I'm saying is living unorganized is leading to a harder life, right? You don't know where your things are. It's costing you more money because you keep buying the same things because you can't find things. Your mental space is taken up, or same with getting healthy. It's hard to live an unhealthy lifestyle. It's expensive to keep going to the doctor. But the shift to being organized or being healthy is also hard, right? It's uncomfortable and difficult at first to get out of our old habits, and it takes that time. But basically, you have to pick your hard. Going to the gym is hard. Being unhealthy is hard. Being organized can be difficult to get into that mindset. So can living an unorganized life. You have to choose your hard. And again, I don't say this and want you guys to be discouraged and think everything in life is so difficult. That's not my intention here. My intention here is to hopefully inspire you a little bit and give you some advice. But it's true, making new habits can be difficult, but living the way we're living with those old habits are also proving to be difficult. That's why we want to change. So pick your hard. The second piece of advice is knowing that it's going to take time and to be patient with yourself. So, a lot of times we'll start a new workout program, and I've fallen guilty of this myself many times. It's I want to see results. I haven't seen results yet. And I've only given it X amount of days or X amount of weeks. You have to remind yourself that it may have taken weeks, months, years to get to where you're at. So be patient if it takes a little bit longer than you're thinking, right? I think what did they say? It takes 21 days to make a new habit, to stick with a new habit. Give yourself time. Be patient with yourself. It will happen. Number 3 is to identify triggers, right? What is coming up? What are the triggers that is either going to hinder you from creating this new habit, making this new habit, or the trigger that's basically keeping you in that old habit? Identifying those are going to help you get past them so that you can make sure you accomplish that new habit. So the next one is to replace your old habit with a new healthy habit. So sometimes we try to just kind of break a habit, but maybe it would be better, instead of just trying to, cut it out cold turkey, maybe we just replace one. So let's go back to kind of fitness, wellness, being healthy. Instead of saying, well, I'm not gonna have any more snacks after such and such time, or I'm not gonna have any more snacks at whatever. Instead of saying that and just cutting it off, ripping the Band-Aid off, maybe you say, well, I'm gonna replace that unhealthy snack for something that's healthier. So replacing something, mentally, sometimes it's easier than just cutting it out in general. So replacing that unhealthy habit with a healthy habit. So replacing the old one with something new. Okay, so while we are being patient and understanding that it takes time, set reminders. Until you're in the groove and you've really created that habit, you will need some reminders. You will need that little nudge that says, oh, wait, I need to go to the gym. Oh, I need to, go walk a little bit outside, or, oh, I need to drink more water, or, so setting a reminder. Maybe you have a smart home and you can tell one of your devices to give you a reminder every couple hours to drink water, or maybe you do it on your phone, or maybe you do it on a calendar. Whatever way you like to use, whatever works for your lifestyle, even if it's just a sticky note in your car that says something. Use that, set those reminders, so while you're still getting in that groove of creating that new habit, it'll just kind of, you'll be reminded and you'll be more likely to stay on track. And even if we want to take the example of, kind of getting organized in a way, so setting those reminders of, maybe there's one thing that, I don't know, you want less paper trash in your house. So a reminder of like, okay, go through this right now. You see your mail, maybe you put it on your mailbox and it says, deal with this now. Don't bring it inside. That's always one of my tips with mail, is to not even bring it into your home. Sort through it as soon as you get it from the mailbox, and trash the stuff that's junk, recycle the stuff that you're not going to use, and deal with the stuff immediately that you need to. And I don't get my mail until I can do that. If it's a bill I know that has to be paid, I give myself that time that I think it'll take. And if I don't have that time right then, I'm just not gonna deal with it at that moment. Again, you can't just leave your mail for 18 months and pretend like bills don't exist. Not what I'm saying, but you hear me. All right, we are not meant to do life alone. Have an accountability partner. Have some type of community that you will be encouraged by, that you can tell what you're doing, your new goals, your new habits, how you're trying to change. Just speaking this out, not only does it make it real for you and make you more likely to keep it, but that person will help encourage you, right? Hey, how's it going with this? What can I do to support you? Find that person, have that accountability partner, and you will go so much further with your new habits. All right, you don't just have to celebrate when you finally have, made that new habit your lifestyle, right? Celebrate the little wins. Celebrate any of your success. Have you been, putting your shoes away for a week and that's working to help you get more organized? Celebrate yourself. Celebrate that win. It's a big deal. Not only will you kind of get that dopamine hit of like, yes, I'm doing good. It'll motivate you to keep going, just thinking that you can do it. And it'll encourage you to keep on keeping on. Same with working out. Give yourself some praise and applause. I can be so guilty. This is full transparency. I'm really guilty of doing that. It's like if I have a goal and if I haven't reached it, here's my goal, here's the end. Don't talk to me in here, right? I'm like not celebrating the little things. And I miss what I thought was like little wins that actually are big things. You're changing these brain patterns. You're changing what you're doing. It's a big deal. Celebrate the little things. Celebrate them. And lastly, just a reminder that you can do it. You can do hard things. You can create new life for yourself, new goals, new habits. You can do it. Be confident in that. Be confident in yourself. If you need any kind of support, if you have any kind of questions, or even if you have tips for other people, please leave them in the comments as far as, you know, what's some advice that you would give someone trying to create a new habit? What do you use? What do you do? And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.